Time for a little choppy chop. Welcome back to El Pilar Orchids. Thanks for checking in, guys. Hope you're all having a good week and good weekend. Today, maybe take a few cuttings. Not maybe. We are. We're going to take a few cuttings from the Maxillaria variabilis. Let's get right to it. A couple quick things about the Maxillaria variabilis. As far as like orchids that you can divide, this is seems to us to be one of the easier ones to divide. It seems to take pretty readily to it. And we've got some bug things going on here, which clearly we need to give it some attention. Like, that's not good. You can see we did have a mite outbreak this summer, which we dealt with, and this plant was one of the ones that got attacked. And just some other things. So it is growing new growths now, new little pseudobulbs. You can see kind of coming out all from the base inside there, which is good to see, all those little new ones. So it grows kind of 2 flushes a year. So it seems like it grows now, late summer, early through the fall. And then it'll put on another flush of new ones in late spring and going into summer. And then it blooms in late spring, early summer, with little yellow flowers, little yellow flowers down in the inside there. They kind of pop out from these little sheaths that you see. And so there's also roots in there, which you can kind of see some of them right there. So there are roots hidden in those sheaths, and the new pseudobulbs grow from the ends of the sheaths. So it gets this kind of long, lanky look, which is really cool. I love this plant. It's a really nice orchid to have and takes a lot of sunlight. So we grow it up there in the front of the window with the other Maxillarias and our RLC hybrids. And now the Oncidium is also growing there. So that's where it lives, and I do spray it. So I'll show you, because I don't mind spraying it now really quickly. Try to spray those like root sheaths that I see. I try to do that a couple times a week. Yeah, so just give it a spray down into those sheaths. Try to spray all around all of those. Yeah, and I'm gonna wash it here in a minute and soak it all real good before we take some cuttings. So that's gonna happen right now. Okay, so the first step of taking the cuttings is to wash it really well. And so then the first step of washing it is to rinse it under the sink with like lots of water, everything. Get all of these little roots, sheaths nice and soaked and wet and everything. Good rinse all over the plant. And this is just to get all the roots wet, so when I wash it with soap in a second, they don't soak up too much soap. I don't want that going into the roots. I want them all wet first. I don't know. It's just what we do. And it did water this morning, but I'm just going to run water through it again. So everything is really good. Okay. Yeah, now to the soap. So I got my spray bottle, a couple of drops, good squirt of soap, just regular dish soap. I don't know what it is, like show the brand, but it's just regular dish soap. And then I'll fill up the bottle with water. Right, and then I'll just spray this very liberally all over the undersides of the plant or undersides of the leaves and all over those stalks and at the base. Try to get a little bit into the media, and then I'll flush the media really well after. And then the final step, which I try to show, it's going to be tough though, is to turn the plant over and try to shake out all of the water that gets down into the crown, and then we'll put it into a windowsill with the window open. It's kind of a warm fall day, so just to get some breeze flowing over it, and I don't mind because it's not super cold, so the air coming in through the window isn't going to freeze it or anything. It shouldn't be too cold, so that's the plan here, and we'll just keep spraying all of it really good. I'll have to put the camera down to flip it over and spray the undersides of the leaves, so let me do that. Okay, so now you can see the plant is really sudsy all over it, like underneath, and got all of the bottom sides of the plant really sprayed off with soap really well. Down at the base of all of these growths, tried to get all of those things sprayed, like those exposed roots. That's why I wash it first with plain water, because I want those to soak up water, not soap. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Now I'll rinse it all off as best as I can, trying not to lose too much media down into the sink, but just kind of smash it in there, rotate it around. They're pretty solid leaves, so they aren't, they don't break very easily, so you can kind of just, you know, I should be doing this in the bathroom, but the boss is cleaning and stuff while I'm filming YouTube videos. I know, not good. Anywho, I'm trying to do this pretty quickly, but it's got to be done today because this is the only chance I have to do it. So, yeah, gotta get it done. Yeah, so then you can see once I get the plant washed, oh, and I did spray the pot really well too, the outsides of the pot, and try to scrub it around. But then I'm just going to run a lot of water through the media, really just flush it all out super good from any soap residue that washed down in. And now after I take the cuttings here in a second, I'll show you how that's going to happen, but after I do that, I will wash them again, rinse them very quickly before I pot them up. Back on the main table now, and the next step is to decide which little cuttings I want to take. And for this, what I found in past attempts, which, you know, we've taken a lot of cuttings from this, and most of them, all of them, not all, but most have done pretty well and just taken right to it and kept growing and flowered the next spring. So they seem, again, pretty easy. And what we found is if you try to get two pseudo bulbs, like you can see there's an older one from last year there, and then this is a newer one that's been growing. So if you take those two and you cut it, which I'll show you, you cut it just right down at the base where it connects to the main stem, that seems to do pretty well for us. So I've just been looking around, like I'm gonna try to take some of these from down low, like you can see this one. There's it's growing out with several other like points of growth, so I was gonna take this one here. And yeah, so like I say, just to like show, so I try to get to where I'm making the cut, like right there. Snip it off, and then you can see, so it's got two growths on there. And yeah, I'll just plop that right down into our media, which I already got going right here. It'll just sit in there for right now while I take the rest of the cuttings. Well, when I started looking at that, I just decided to take the whole bottom cane because this was growing off of one of the top ones. So yeah, I'll chop this one into a couple different pieces here, which, yeah, I think like right there, you know, take that one off. Maybe I'll leave these three, I'll probably leave these three together and just maybe try a single bulb, although usually that doesn't seem to do well, like a single bulb like this, I'm not sure. But I'll throw it in anyway. So a couple more for the group here. And yeah, keep digging, because there's at least one or two more that I wanted to, like this side over here is getting really crowded. It's like a big, huge bundle of them right there. Draw some energy from the older leaf, I think it's starting. So yeah, I'm just gonna see how big that one is. It's a bunch of them all together. I'm not sure I want to take the whole thing. Let me see. So it's kind of like a separate branch. So I think I want to try to just take this top one right there. So let me see if I can snip that off. Yeah, fine. Okay, so got that one now, another cutting for the group, and yeah, I want to be careful because it seems like if you, just gonna snip this leaf off in case there's any like thrip eggs in there or something, I'm not sure. So yeah, if you take too much off, then it doesn't bloom as well because it seems like it needs like older bulbs to really bloom. It doesn't bloom so well on like the first year growth. So it seems like that's how this plant works. I can't guarantee that, and not all of them are probably going to be exactly the same, but that's what we've seen here. So I don't know. I think I'll leave that one. It's only one stem, so I don't want to cut that guy just yet. But yeah, nice healthy growth down in there. You can see it's already drying off from the soaking we gave it and the cleaning. So most of the leaves, there's only a few drops of water. So that's great. Take these cuttings here and move the main plant out of the way. And I'm just gonna throw some medium around them and try to stand them upright more or less. And that's about all I'm gonna do. I probably won't water them right away. Maybe I'll wait a day or two and try to let those ends callus up a bit. Yeah, move it around. And these guys are pretty tough and resilient, and so I'm not so concerned. I just don't want them necessarily sitting against the plastic. That's the only thing. So if I can move some media down and give them a little bit something to stand up with. Yeah, okay. I just happen to use more leca here in this particular mix because that's what I had mixed up. But I figure we're gonna try it this way and see if maybe we can grow them just in more leca, let them drain a lot faster, and just kind of water them with more frequency. Not in the winter. Kind of tend to lay off of them in the winter. I think I might need some more mix here. I'll have to go dig some out. But anyways, that's it. That's how we take our Maxillaria cuttings. Really simple and straightforward like that. And I mean, even on, we gave one away to a friend like a couple years ago, just with one of those cuttings with 2 growths. And it bloomed in the first year for her. So that was great. And then since then, it's grown for the last couple of years. Every year it puts on a couple more little pseudobulbs. So yeah, these are great little plants. I love the Maxillarias. And thanks for checking in, guys. We hope you're having a good one, and we will see you back here at El Pilar soon.